But at the time that I have a language barrier, there's a lot of people that pick on me. So they call me, hey, Bruce Lee. At the time, but Bruce Lee was very famous. So I cannot explain to, so I got into a lot of physical fight. And, but I was really fast and I was really fit. And I was a Korean Navy and the Marine Corps, the self-defense instructor also.
Welcome to Stuttering Your Way to Success. Today I have one of my personal friends and one of my instructors is Grandmaster Kim. He is a wealth of information and advice, and I consider him one of my mentors, so I'm excited to have him on today. He's done everything from ministry to teaching Secret Service agents to being a U.S. Olympic trainer for Taekwondo. So thank you so much, and welcome to my show today.
Thank you for having me here, and I am glad to be with you. Mr. Erik Weir, of course, he was my student, but I respect him, what he does to the community, and he is a role model to the Jesus Christ. What he wants it, I think he earned a lot of respect. So I'm happy to be here with you.
It's my honor. It's my honor for sure. So tell me the growth of Taekwondo. I moved from San Francisco to South Carolina, and I'd had some great instructors out west. I had some good instructors in Atlanta. When I moved here, I thought I'd be like, I'm not so sure. And then I meet the Grandmaster. I mean, a world legendary martial artist. What do you see as the future for Taekwondo?
First of all, I came to USA 1974. I have two luggage. I have only $50. I have to survive. But back then, the first oil crisis, so everybody have a rough time. And I have to survive. And of course, I study the architect, but we study in the metric system. So when I come in here, when the people say, like a 6'2", that I have no clue. It's the driving distance. So nobody's going to hire me. So I had to survive. So I start with anything I can do. And I was the car wash place. Oh, wow. Then I had the construction helper. But at the time that I have a language barrier, there's a lot of people that pick on me. Uh-oh. So they call me, hey, Bruce Lee. At the time, but Bruce Lee was very famous. So I cannot explain to, so I got into a lot of physical fight. And but I was really fast and I was really fit then. I was a Korean Navy and the Marine Corps, the self-defense instructor also. So that's how I survived it. And then a couple people, they saw me, what I do, and they wanted to learn from me. So that's how I started. The Kim's Taekwondo started in 1974 at my house garage.
You know, Taekwondo can be very encompassing. It can be, your mind. It can involve, tons of discipline. Today, a lot of people take it kind of as a sport. I mean, how do you feel about the transition to a sport these days?
Of course, I'm study traditional martial art. Martial art always do mental discipline and a physical exercise. But since the year 2000, Taekwondo is an official Olympic sport. So they are really involved in the sports. So I'm kind of concerned. They wanted, like, no matter what, I want to win. That's everything. But that martial arts is a lot more than just winning in a competition. So I always teaching to student martial art is a lot more than physical exercise. It's discover the value for the life. And also the Christian Taekwondo, Christian martial art, which I believe. So many people, Taekwondo is from background of Buddhism, but when I just to philosophy of Christianity and martial art Taekwondo combined, that's really make a success in the life. Yeah, that's what I. So should be. We cannot really ignore the sports Taekwondo, but then again, they combine the martial art Taekwondo and sports Taekwondo should be stand both. Yeah.
Who or what do you think is responsible for Taekwondo?
That responsibility for which is everybody, the instructors and student and family. In nowadays, there's so much of the materialism. So people, many parents, young parents, they teach their children how to live, become well. Then they don't have much time to teach how to live right. But it's the Taekwondo which teaches the value for it. So the instructor also not only expand many students as a big business is not only, of course this is important, but we like to teach the student the value. So whoever they can be influenced to have a better to the family, their community, and the future of the country. Yeah.
So you seem to have quite a philosophy with Taekwondo. Do some masters, grandmasters, or instructors have a philosophy that's different than yours?
Oh, I cannot really judge how others do, but I'm always with a Christian base. So because all the students, I want them to do first the physical. Our body is a gift from the God. So we have a responsibility. We need to take care of our body. So I see some people, they use their body as like a garbage disposer, or they put the junk food, and then they complain about the healthy. But this is our God, gift from the God. So we have the responsibility to take care of our body. Then when we realize our body's value, then they realize they respect the others. That's what beginning was first step with the community, the safe community. And nowadays, so many people, they seems to have a problem with the family value. Family is very important. That's what I believe with in my heart, our body, my family. That's starting with our church, and then when the family is safe, then our community is safe. Then that's what I believe very important to our physically make a well-being. So, and then morality. Nowadays, so many people you see very selfish. They don't care much about it as others. So just my family. So even at the wood, because it was so tight, whether somebody really needed help, they just don't have a time to help look at it. So that's the other community, as a morality that we need to do it. Excuse me. And then with spirituality, that's what many people, they don't know where we're coming from, why we reason for living, where are we going to. So that's what, when you think of that, then of course you know to realize the God, and why we have to appreciate the God, send the Jesus Christ. So that's what my Taekwondo always have a concern about the spirituality, morality, physicality. But to be all balanced out, without the Jesus Christ, it will be off the balance. So that's what I try the best where I can, yes.
Very nice, very nice. Is there an aspect to Taekwondo that you think is more important than another? Is there a central aspect that you value the most?
Uh, that's like as I mentioned, that it's a martial art is compared to sports. So this is when we make a balance. I have many approving many students, like fathers. They work so hard. They came home really exhausted from the stress out from the work, all the traffic, the rush hour traffic, came home. Then they say they don't feel like do anything, but they drag their body to come to my program, Taekwondo. My Taekwondo program is based on to maintain the balance. If you maintain the balance, you re-energize. So they're really, really tired. They didn't feel like to do anything, but they drag the body to my program. After 1 hour workout, they feel like they want to do more than just have re-energized. So that's what makes the very positive attitude. So the families are happy. So as you all know, my program have a very successful family program. So many parents. Nowadays, so independent. So how many children have do something with the mom and dad? They just go in the room, they just do the computer game, and they do the others. But Taekwondo, my program, they just work together. That's what I say used to be the family get kicks together and they stick together.
What qualifications are needed before one is referred to as either master or grandmaster?
Qualifications, that's what we should be when the instructors, not only martial arts instructor, teachers, and parents also. We have to be a role model to a student. Because even at the children, they're not learn from the parents, they sit in the dining table, the mom and dad tell them what to do. They learn from behind the parents. What they do, they're going to do exactly, they're going to follow. Then I will be an instructor, the master, the grandmaster. We have to be the role model. So you have to just, every day, I'm still trying to learning. At the age of 70, I still trying to learning that today is better than yesterday. I try that tomorrow is better than today. So
that's great. Is there an ideal age to begin becoming a student of Taekwondo?
So Taekwondo teaches what's the right or wrong morality, to be honest, the truth. So if any age they have to like a right or wrong, that's the time to start the Taekwondo. So any age, there's no certain age. I have a student, they start Taekwondo at the age 81, and some start at age 3 also. So whenever they feel like, and the parents, their fears, that's the good age to do it.
That's true. Is there one thing that you hope a student would gain from an association with you or being one of your students?
We have I don't know if it's the right answer, that's a lot of responsibility. And because like I say, I have to be the role model. It's like also my wife has been teacher in Korea, Christian school.
Fantastic martial artist, yeah.
She never late. She's the one in the classroom, first one to be there. They make sure prepare for it. Some students, they try to beat my wife, but student came early, but she already in there. So like we need to be really preparing and be role models and be honest. And like we make a mistake, everybody mistake, but we try not to do the same mistake again. And I'm not, only God is perfect. So if you did it, we admit, then be honest And that's how they student they learn. So I don't know. I had to give a right answer on
No,
that.
that's great. Great, very, very nice. Thank you. How would you like to be remembered, by your students?
Uh, you know, this trip also, I met many of my former students. They, some student at the middle school student, their parents, they finally give up, they kick him out of the house. He have no place to go. So one of the middle school teacher, female teacher became a guardians, they living together. He did something wrong, so that teacher trying to tell him what he trying to strike the teacher. So they so afraid, so they brought him to my school at the middle school student. Now he's a father, the grandfather also. And when I met him, he told many other people, in my life, if I didn't meet the Grandmaster Kim, if I didn't meet Taekwondo, I should have been maybe dead a long time ago, or I'm the prisoner, because he's a brother. He have a life sentence in the prisoner. But he changed the big time. And my student became a grandmaster because he taught the student, he became a master instructor also. And they all say that I very impacted in their life. So, I didn't really deserve what they addressed me, but I just try the best I can. Of course, my language barrier, and I had to demonstrate, and that's what they said. They wanted to follow my footsteps. So I think that God covered my weakness. He only God just let them see the only just a few, just the good things. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, you're a grandmaster for sure. This is a magazine that when I was a kid I'd always read on Taekwondo, and you can see that Grandmaster Kim is here. And I remember seeing this when it was out. So thank you so much. And you're not just a grandmaster in Taekwondo. You really have tried to influence people and give back. It's really a heart of giving, a heart of teaching, a heart of preparing, guiding, coaching people. So you moved out of South Carolina a number of years ago, and you moved to Korea, and now you're a part of a ministry. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the ministry you're doing?
Yes.
And where it is?
Yeah. First, when I teach Taekwondo, I used to have 13 Taekwondo locations in Mexico, 3 locations in Houston, 1 in Austin, and I taught sometimes at the University of Texas Rec Sports Club. And I've been Christian, but I didn't fully 100% to commit the Christian. I got so much involved with others. So me and my wife, we pray about it. And my older sister used to live in Greenville. I visit here, and then the people say this area is a Bible Belt. And I wanted to fully commit to the Lord Jesus Christ. I want to have a more relationship with the daily life. So I put everything put aside. We came to the Greenville. I found the location in the Simpsonville, South Carolina. And the God connected Erik and your family. And I met so many of the good Christians. So we have one of the best life we had here since the year 2004. And then after over 40 years, I teach Taekwondo. But I wanted the more. Have a close life, daily life with Jesus Christ. So year 2017, we decided it. We wanted the full-time ministry. So we went to the Korea base, and the Cambodia, and with that area, we built a house. The people lived on the water. We provide the water well. And so far, I built, God used me. I didn't do anything. And God used me through the 130 house. We provide the 130 family. And Christian school, where I provide the Taekwondo. I daily praise that God never give anybody, even Mr. Weir, he didn't give anything to own. That's why I learned. But he let us use more than you can imagine for glorify the God. And so when I lost my daughter, that's why especially I came down. Even children is not mine. I thought my children. If my children, I wanted to keep it, I should be able to keep it. But when the God take him, I can't do anything about it. So we decided to give it fully to commit to that. So every day, daily life, I praise to God. God, I'm only mailman. I want to just deliver to the Jesus Christ love. Who need the Jesus love? I just delivery man. So I don't want to be recognized, and just the mailman. But God using Erik and other like David Vaughn and many of the others, the brother and the sister in Christ, God using them to give me to love letter, then I delivered it to the Cambodia. So again, thank you so much for your support. Yeah.
Absolutely. Now you were on Oprah Winfrey, not too long ago. I guess it's been a number of years now.
Oh, it's been 22 years.
Yeah, that's right. 22 years. That's right. Well, you were on Oprah Winfrey 22 years ago. That's an amazing place to be. It's a huge platform, one of the largest platforms in the world. Tell me why you were on Oprah Winfrey.
Let's talk back the 22 years ago, which is a Taekwondo. I think more than 70 million practitioners worldwide. But year 2000 Olympic is the first Olympic Taekwondo is an official Olympic sports. So more than 200 nations, they really want to come into the Olympic with the Taekwondo. And usually 8 weight division, the man, the female. But there's an Olympic division, they combine, it's 4 division. So at the time, one of my student, she's a top 3 in the worldwide fin weight. But fin competitor is not many competitors like flyweight. Flyweight is very tough. My daughter's flyweight. She's in the top 10 rank. But when they Olympic weight division, they combine together. So I called, have a meeting to their parents. And, they could possibly fight together. If they fight, I'm not going to coach my daughter. I'm not going to coach her. I'm going to just neutralize. Do the best way you can. Whoever wins to select the Olympic team, and you pay for the airplane ticket, go to the Sydney Olympic to support. So they agreed. Okay. So my daughter win, I supposed to pay my student the ticket. If they win, they supposed to pay my daughter the ticket. So when they compete the Olympic team trial, first trial, second trial, and the final trial. So USA have qualified the 2 female division, 2 male division. So when they compete so many times, and then my daughter to qualify the final match. So whoever win the other bracket, the winner will go to the Olympic, represent the USA. And the other bracket, semifinal, my student during the final, and she had a knee injury during the fight. But she managed to win, but she qualified the final. But at the time, her knee, the swell like a grapefruit. She can't even walk right. But that's her Olympic dream also. So she wanted to continue to fight. So she didn't want to go see doctor. But she pain, and time goes by, she more pain. And she cried, but she wanted to fight. But I trained Taekwondo not only physically. I always tell my student, the Taekwondo is more important is not only win the gold medal in the competition. More important is become a champion for daily life in Christ. So at the time, my daughter look at her name's Kay Po, her knee, and she she's in it's not right to beat up the injured friend to go to the Olympic. That's so unfair situation. And at the time, she said that she heard the God's voice. God asked her, I have a better and bigger plans for you. When she heard the God's voice, she bowed out to Olympic. She could go to Olympic, but she bowed out for the injured friend. That story spread out the whole world. So IOC president, she personally called me, called my daughter. Then you demonstrate the Olympic spirit very well. They like to invite the special guests in the Olympic. In the meantime, USA Olympic team, and they appointed me as a US Olympic team trainer. And my daughter automatically the second place. She went to the Olympic with the alternate team. And that story at the Oprah showed their interest. And that's how he invited us. And we've been at the NBC Today show, CBS 48 Hours. Yeah.
Wow, that's fantastic. So of the people you've taught Secret Service agents, you've taught celebrities, you've met some of the other leaders in Taekwondo around the world. Are there any ones that you can share about that was memorable or something our viewers would be able to learn from you?
Well, some... at the time, U.S. Secret Service agent worked at the Miami field office when I was in Austin, Texas. He has the instructor, he have a previous experience, but he wanted to learn from me. He fly to the Austin, then stayed like a week or two, and then he go back.
Right.
And I have a student that come from California to come to Simpsonville. They learn, and those are very just a special student. One time, my Austin school, one young man walked in, he wanted to learn, joined my school. So I gave an application. When you fill out the application, when I was in Houston, and his address is Austin, Texas.
Oh, wow.
So I take away from application. No, are you kidding me? You live in Austin? Then I'm in Houston. And he said, sir, I learned some martial art of Korea. He looked around all the Austin area, San Antonio area. He didn't see what he learned is teaching in Korea. That's what he's looking for, same school. He finally came to the Houston, several schools he went by, and in my school he watched, observed the class. He decided he wanted to learn from me. So I told him, my program, minimum you have to come 2 times a week. He promised. So he did really 1 year. He came to twice a week, every week from Austin to Houston. And then after 1 year, he came to me, Master Kim, they transferred me to the San Diego, California. So, I don't expect you coming from San Diego. Right. Yeah, I have some of those students. Yeah.
That's fantastic. One more thing I would like to talk to you about is in your charity and your giving back. And your daughter Esther was the one who was on the Oprah Winfrey show, and she passed a number of years ago, and the pain of that had. But what you're doing to serve through that, would you share with us a little bit how you're remembering and honoring Esther in your ministry today And then after that, if people want to contact you or learn more about your ministry, if you could give them that information, that would be great.
Well, again, she bowed out for the injured friend, and because she wanted to become a champion for daily life in Christ. So when she went to the heaven almost 3 years ago. So in Cambodia, one Christian school, and I'll be able to build Esther Memorial Chapel. So they come to the worship, their service, they pray. And then at least something I want to do, of course I miss her so much. So the least I can do, I create the Esther Spirit Scholarship Foundation. And thank you for you became was a member of that. So I work at the nonprofit organization, Cambodia Hope. So that's what we go through there. And we're gonna be able to give opportunity the children can continue to educate. Some teachers also they be able to become a licensed teacher with Esther's name we provide so they can achieve what they like to do. Yeah. So, if they need the interesting to support, they can contact you.
I'm happy to talk to anybody.
And then
Contact me.
also David Vaughn, we are teamed up. So thank you so much. I know you're real busy man, but you understand what this missionary. And thank you for the support to be a partnership. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for
Thank
taking
you.
time out of
Thank
your busy
you.
day
Yeah, thank you.
to be with us. And all the way from Korea, he's here
yeah.
in South Carolina joining us today. I hope you have learned as much from Grandmaster as I have and continue to learn from him. And if you're interested in supporting his ministry, just contact me. I'll put you in touch. And again, thank you for joining us on Stuttering Your Way to Success. I hope you learn life principles that make a significant impact in your life.
Thank you for having me here.